G'day guys, MFWest in. Today we're just going to be going through a quick Mythic plus 15 Eye of Ashara. In the end, we end up two-chesting it. I'm just going to give you guys a quick commentary because I haven't done this kind of thing in a while, and I mean, most of you guys really enjoyed the whole Mythic Plus commentary style, so I will pump out more of them. I just need to get stuck into Mythic Pluses more. I've kind of been sleazing back a little bit, just doing the 15 and giving it a rest, but I do want to do more videos. In terms of what I was actually running at the time, at the time of the week that I did it, it was teaming, quaking, and fortified. And this is the build that I ran. It's quite single targety. My legendaries that I ran, I believe, were Dark Arbiter and Kill Jaden, or Dark Arbiter and Cold Heart. I'm not sure. We'll see in the footage just now, but Ebon Fever, Pestilent Pustles, Clawing Shadows, Sludge Belcher, Lingering Apparition, Shadow Infusion, Dark Arbiter. I'm going to explain my build in the actual run, so if you guys want to stick around and watch the video, learn a few tips about Unholy along the way, let's get right into it. Alrighty guys, I have Ashara plus 15, so as I said at the start in the intro, this was a fortified teaming and quaking week, which actually isn't that bad. I mean, quaking can be very irritating for casters, but for melee, it's not really an issue. What I love doing at the start of these runs on the first few packs is popping all my CDs because I know that they'll be up for the boss, obviously, which is the most important thing. For this instance, I had done a video on it before, but your job as Death Knight, which you have about 4 ways to interrupt and stop these Storm Reavers from getting their lightning blasts off. Now, because they are fortified, you have to make sure that they do not get those lightning bolts off. They will probably do about, I would say almost 40% of your HP, and it really hurts. So make sure you interrupt, pet stun, grip, and anything else that you have. To stop it. You need to stop it, and you need to coordinate that those lightning blasts don't actually go out, okay? So that's very important, guys. As you can see here, I'm interrupting a lot of them, which is very important. And in terms of my item level for this run, I'm only 920. I am rocking a 4-piece, so I do have Army of the Dead up for every boss, which is so great, guys. Like that tier, we're never going to get a tier set like that anymore. Now look at that, I just got one shot, so I'm just going to fast forward that that lightning storm, I think. Yeah, like a one shot me. So here we go on Warlord Parjesh. Now on fortified weeks, the bosses are no problem, especially in Eye of Ashara. Really aren't even an issue, and I'm going to burst pretty hard here. You want to actually pull in the Cell Strider, kill her and interrupt her, and leave the other guy alive, but this is really funny. Look what we actually do here. I'm gonna get a pretty fat Dark Arbiter. Let me see what I get here. Almost a 3 million burst, almost a 20 million Dark Arbiter. That's okay. I've done much better, but my gear was 920. But yeah, doing a lot of damage. Check it out. And the really funny thing is, the tank, that ad was alive, right? And the tank went over and swiped it and killed the ad. So our hunter got the spear and just died. I don't know. He didn't think that the tank was gonna go walk over and kill that ad. So that was really funny. But we can still kill this boss with the DPS down, and I'm just standing out at 2 million here. And make sure you interrupt the Stormbreakers, sorry, no, not the Stormbreakers, the Crest Riders heal, because that is extremely annoying. You want to make sure that that ad is CCable. You can polymorph, CC, whatever you need to do to stop that ad from casting it off, okay? So, next boss is going to be, what's her name? I forget, but she is a pain in the ass in Tyrannical. I mean, Eye of Ashara in general is pretty much a pain in the ass in Tyrannical week because, I mean, you've got 5 bosses, and Tyrannical makes them a lot harder. And Fortified, it's not that bad, as long as you get past these Arcanists, you make sure that she doesn't get off. See, Polymorph, you can let her cast it, you don't have to interrupt it because your healer can just dispel it, although the healer can also be CC with it. But yeah, make sure you don't let her get her major lightning blast, Star Surge off, because that really does one shot on Fortified. Alright, these ads are very easy to kill. You can D&D, and as you can see, this tank pulled out of my D&D. I love it. I love tanks that do that, guys. God. But yeah, nothing too much on these pulls. I mean, on Tyrannical Week as well, the bosses are going to be a main problem now. In terms of my build, I showed you my talent tree and stuff. I am predominantly single target. As you can see, I took Clawing Shadows instead of taking what's it called, Unholy Frenzy. I like Clawing Shadows because it gives you room and it gives you leeway to move around, dodge mechanics and dodge adds mechanics as well. You don't always have to be in melee, and I really like having that kind of hybrid aspect to Unholy. So I like keeping Clawing Shadows for Mythic Pluses. That's just a personal favorite thing to do for me, basically. And yeah, so we're on to Lady Hate Coil, and as I said, my legendaries are in fact the shoulders, and I'm using Kil'jaedin's. Kil'jaedin's is extremely fun, you know, in Fortitude, and especially Teaming Week. So yeah, and the bosses go down really quickly on Fortitude. Like, look at this, she's already at like 60% HP. Her ads have just spawned, and I'm gonna D&D now and spam Clawing Shadows. But unfortunately, boss gets moved, and very unlucky with that. But yeah, main thing here to remember here on this fight, guys, especially on harder weeks, is that when you get the curse, make sure you face away. And if you have DBM, it will even tell you like the curse is going off in 3, 2, as you can see on this guy, 1, and that's going to knock you off. So make sure that you're not facing anyone when that curse goes off. Face them on the ads, but even then, make sure melee aren't even in the way of it, because the curse does like 30% of your HP, which does hurt in the end. So yep. Pretty much by the second time this Lady Hate Coil is going to do her stand in the water thing, she's going to almost be dead. So nothing too hard about this boss. I don't mind it. It's an okay boss, but I mean, there is sort of an enraged timer because the amount of land that's available. So you've got to be careful that you don't run out of land. That's the soft enraged timer, I guess, isn't it? So yeah. Okay, and she goes down. See ya. Now, my least favorite boss here as a melee is coming up, and that's the bloody Hydras. Now, honestly, depending on how well you do this trash, every instance like has a trash pack, which will determine whether you get your 3 chest or your 2 chest, or even just bloody finish the bloody instance. I believe this area is, depending on how well you do this area, is gonna determine whether you know, get that chest or not. So with the Hydras, if you stand, he does his ability where he shoots shit on the ground, like here he is doing it now. If you stand on one of those in Fortified Week, holy shit, you are dead. You're gonna get one shot. It's gonna insta give you. Even with AMS, I'm willing to bet you will almost die. Now, unfortunately, with Teaming Week, we get a million fucking seagulls. It's like seagull mating season, and freaking 5 seagulls exist instead of 2, which is extremely annoying. This week reminded me of why I hate teaming. It's just a pain in the ass, and like it's always the ad you hate the most. They multiply that specific ad. God. But yeah, crab's pretty easy to deal with, and try your best, guys, to move out of the way of other people when you get quaking. When quaking procs, look at this shit. 2 fucking boyfriend and girlfriend seagulls. Horrible, guys, horrible. So we're gonna kill these seagulls and then try and focus on killing another Hydra, I think, and then the boss. So yeah, a lot of you'll spend a good 10 minutes here, should you not, maybe even like 8 minutes if you're doing well. It's a long boss fight as well, because he always submerges and then takes time to re-emerge, so you lose a lot of time there. And but yeah, generally just this area is just, if you can get down this area, you're going to do well in the Mythic Plus. So yeah. Alright, so we're going to kill this last Hydra, and then we're going to move on to the boss. Now, as I was saying before, definitely one of the worst bosses for melee, and if you are a melee intensive group, you're going to have a seriously hard time with this boss. I would not, yeah, there's an extra Hydra, that's right. I would not recommend, guys, running with a full melee group. If you need to, just run one melee, because this, you're going to, I mean, range are the perfect answer to this boss. They can like literally split up on the 2 different heads, and it's just easy. Like 1 DPS goes to each head, or you can prioritize all going down, all focusing on 1 head. But yeah, tank pulls early here. I get my army off very late, so I struggled to even get freaking 6 stacks with Festering Strike. Rip RNG. And before my Dark Arbiter really gets into work, he's gonna submerge. Almost? No, okay, it's not bad. So yeah, he's not really submerging yet, so it's not so bad. Alright, so I'm gonna go down and nuke this blue one. Now, the tank, you do take a lot of damage while you're trying to kill this head, and I recommend saving AMS for when it gets to clutch times, but you may need to, if the healer is nowhere near in the vicinity, apply a few death strikes, but you should be okay. The main thing you want to save your AMS for is toxic wounds when you get targeted by it, and just don't run it. Drop your wounds nowhere near the boss, because that screws you and your tank over. Try and, you know, move around, get to a safe location, and then obviously it will drop. So the tank actually calls to kill this guy in phase 3, which is quite interesting. Yeah, I got over to kill the same blue head, but I thought we were going to save Lust for the last boss, but we actually don't. This is our last Lust that we use in the instance, believe it or not. So yeah, and I think they're going to pop Lust. I mean, it's a weird one, like, he doesn't submerge anymore, so I guess it is an okay call to say, like, kill the heads now. So there he pops Lust there. A bit of a waste, we waste a bit of it because we're going to kill 20% obviously pretty quickly. Yeah, that wasn't very good, but oh well, tank called it, go do what the tank says, right? And this guy's going to go down. So by the time you get to the last phase, there's going to be a shit ton of toxic wounds around the place. And it's just not going to be fun for a melee, guys. So yeah, once that's done, move into the caverns and get the last remaining bits of. I mean, teaming really does. It not only is frustrating because it adds a lot more ads, but obviously it's adding more ads, and you don't know how many more mob packs you need to get the percentage. Like it completely mindfucks you. Like people always used to, okay, this mob I need to kill, this area I need to go to and kill, and this teaming just screws it all up. So yeah, that's really irritating. So kill Jade in this pack and this pack as well. Luckily we have an MM Hunter and Unholy DK, so shit generally dies pretty quickly with mob packs. And that's the good thing about this build. I'm single target, right? I have no shape or form. I'm not running Defile. I do not have the legendary helm. That's why I'm running these legendaries. And it works. Like, we have decent AoE still, and you're going to outshine anyone with single target DPS for the bosses because of, you know, how good the shoulders are right now. And honestly, if there are really big elite mobs, don't be afraid to use Dark Arbiter because it's only on a 2-minute cooldown. It's not that bad. You can use it on many mobs before the boss actually you know, appears. Alright, so these Murlocs are generally pretty easy if your tank knows how to use his cooldowns. Now these two, these brothers, holy shit. On Fortify, they really do hurt. You need to make sure that your healer is prepared to heal this, and you do not want to stand in any of the swirlies because you're just going to be making your healer, you're going to be pissing him off. Let's be real, guys. Okay, so as long as you kill one, it's going to enrage the other, I believe, and then you're pretty much on to the next boss, which is predominantly single target. I mean, it's only single target really, and you're gonna want to be eyeing that timer now. You got 14 minutes to kill this boss and the next. So I pull that seagull. There are 2 seagulls in here because of teaming. Great. And yeah, kill this last seagull. So this boss, it's generally okay, Mr. King Deepbeard. I don't really have that much of a problem with him. Just make sure that you're moving out of, obviously, the shit on the ground. It's a big problem if you decide to stand, obviously that. But when those like lines spawn across the sand and stuff, you do not want to be anywhere near that. And generally, it's just better to just walk away from the boss for a minute. Apply your wounds. That's why I love Clawing Shadows. Put your wounds on the target and then pop them when you're at a safe distance where you're not going to be damaged by any AoE mechanics. So as you can see there, I'm dodging all the swirls on the ground and those little lions, those fissure lions, I know what they are. So yeah, I got hit by that one there, but generally it's okay. Yeah, it's a pretty quick fight because of Fortitude, and yeah, honestly, pretty healer intensive fight though. This fight can get crazy on Tyrannical, I have to admit. But not giving us too much trouble at the moment, and we've got 12 minutes left for the 2 chest. Sorry, what am I talking about? We've got 5 minutes and 45 seconds left for the 2 chest, 12 minutes to 1 chest. So I'm eyeing the 2 chest timer because that's what I want. and it's getting close. And I know that we might have lust for the last boss, or we'll have 48 seconds of lust, so not that bad. The last boss can be quite annoying. You can sometimes just mess up one mechanic and then boom, you can wipe because your healer dies, but you know, generally it's okay. Pretty intense boss though. Great way to end an instance. So there we go, it goes down. We only need 4.23% left, sorry, 4.13% left, and we need to kill all these. Now, as an Unholy Death Knight, on higher levels it's a bit difficult, but on lower ones you can actually pull together all these witches together. You can pull one to the other one, and then you pull one to the other one with your pet grip, and then move a bit closer with your actual death grip. As you can see, I moved that one there, but yeah, that's for lower level keys. On higher level keys, doing 2 of these women at the same time is going to be too much, unless you have seriously good single target burst damage, but you want to save that for the boss. So one at a time is enough. Okay, try and interrupt the lightning blast. They really hurt. I mean, obviously the polymorphs have to be locked as well. Little tip here for when they try to do the magic binding, you can actually grip it, which stops her from, it interrupts her cast, because the binding will stop you from actually running around. So yeah, if you death grip it, then yeah. So we perfectly got the percent is perfect. The tank did a good job of killing the exact percent, and now we just have the Wrath of Azshara left. So generally you just want to move together around in one clockwise formation, and you want to do as much damage as you can. This fight is amazing for arms warriors, shadow priests. The execute phase is sickening. Unfortunately we don't have any of those, but oh well. We're gonna have to make do. We do not have lust for another 2 minutes, and there's 2 minutes and 35 seconds left on the timer, so it's pretty clutch. So we're gonna get down to the last few minutes, but we should generally be okay. Both our hunters almost die there, and yeah, I'm just focusing on my single target DPS rotation, dodging all the kinds of shit, and you can AMS the waves if you need to. That's fine, you will not take damage, but at that wave there you can take with an AMS. But just remember that you need to stack with your teammates when they get the debuff, or for you, either way. Boss is on 6%, 87 million, so everything seems well and fine here, right? But then all of a sudden, shit hits the fan. Watch. Everyone's health starts to generally just dip a little bit. I'm fine, and I think we didn't actually, he pushed that debuff. There's 2 circles, there's a good circle and a bad circle, and he put the bad circle into the raid and killed his teammate. But we are okay because our tank can survive, and I'm still on 85% HP and I can DPS. So the boss is on 2%. It's going down. Now it's only me and the tank, so things seem a little bit bad, but it's gonna be fine. We kill the boss. Now in terms of loot, I only got like a ring. It was like a 1% upgrade. Nothing crazy, guys. But yeah, that's gonna be the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know if you enjoyed it down in the comments below. If you want to see more of this kind of content, let me know down in the comments as well. You can follow me on social media at MFWest WoW, Facebook and Twitter, and on Twitch you can catch me at MFWest. Have a good day, guys. Unholy for the win, and peace.